So we're going to jump straight into this episode. We're going to come in from the morning of the transport. Now, we get these three brothers in called the Jukeco brothers. The Jukeco brothers, how we know them, they the Jukeco boys, and it's small, medium, and big. It's three brothers. They all went to prison at different times, but somehow they end up in the same prison. Transport coming in. So you know that everybody be doing what they doing, and y'all already know what I'm doing. I'm drawing, and I'm actually sketching a picture of my wife from my memory at this time. And I'm seeing these guys, they the first three guys in line. They are actually together, the Jukeco boys. So my eyes on them because they just look like some little badass, little nappy head ass little dudes. You know, black as tar. You know, and they already look like they ready to get into some mischief. You know, and that's what they do when they come in. They immediately known for certain things. And I'm going to tell you what they known for, but I'm going to tell you at different times. But it's also stealing, drugs, and a little different things that they do when they come to this prison that brings their attention to themselves. So immediately they get their placement. And once they come up in here, they immediately makes a beeline straight towards this guy, Travis. They know this guy named Travis. They goes and dap him down, and you know they start talking, and Travis across on the other side. You know what I'm saying? But he's so happy. You could see the smile on his face. And this little dude, Travis, at this time, he wasn't known. You know what I'm saying? They brought the attention to Travis. That's what made me end up learning Travis' name, the Jukeco boys. Now, I'm going off assumptions at this time. I assume that Big Jukeco asked Travis who got some drugs or some kind of drug, because Travis points up at Queen Sugar. You know what I'm saying? And Big Jukeco only been in this prison for a hot second, and he's already making his way up to Queen Sugar's cell. So he goes up, and I'm watching him because it's something about these Jukeco boys that I just don't like. They just look like, you know, mischievous dudes. So they talk to Queen Sugar for a little second or whatever, and apparently he gets what he want, and he makes a beeline to his cell. And he goes in his cell, use the drugs or do whatever, because he's in his cell for a little second. Now, Lil Jukeco, he the loudest one. You know, he just walking around. He's so goddamn loud and obnoxious. You know, he immediately becomes unliked by my whole crew. So, remember the dude, Brian, I told you stole on Tourette. Him and Brian gets into a fight immediately. And Lil Jukeco whoops Brian's ass. And you see Big Jukeco come running back out there to check on his little brother. He didn't jump in. He let them have it on one-on-one. Lil Jukeco can fight. He beat the fuck out of Brian. I mean, it wasn't even a close fight. Now, let me explain this to you. See, Brian, he was real cool with Monroe and them. He wasn't in their clique, but he was cool with them. Every now and again, you will see Brian and Monroe and Broomfield, all them talking. He was real close with them, but he wasn't part of their crew. So immediately after the fight, you see Monroe and Broomfield go walk over there by Lil Jukeco. Boy, that boy got them hands. That boy can handle his business. So at this point, they immediately tries to recruit Lil Jukeco away from his brothers. And it starts to work. They start to get Lil Jukeco to come in to visit them and talking to them and hanging with them. And they be on Lil Jukeco dick hard how Lil Jukeco whooped Brian's ass. They didn't even go check on their homeboy Brian, but they still deal with Brian. And Medium Jukeco at the time, what we didn't know was he's a fucking thief. He know fucking gambling trick, card tricks. He's a jack of the trades, fucking finesse and thief. But at this time, nobody knows it until shit start coming up missing. Because soon as he gets in this prison, he starts operating. He starts peeping people out. He actually stands alone from his brothers. He moves alone. But his brother's in there, so kind of give him some kind of safety net. And his brother making different friends with different people. So throughout that day, I end up learning some details. Because I overhears Travis talking to another inmate. And he says that the Jukeco boys grew up their whole life in foster care. So now I got a clearer perspective of who they really are. So they've been in trouble, in and out of jail and in trouble their whole life. So throughout that day, I pay attention to the Jukeco boys. I see Big Jukeco spending money with Queen Sugar throughout the day. I see Medium Jukeco, he hangs out by himself just looking around like he learning everything. He's almost like the quiet one. I see Lil Jukeco kicking it with Monroe and them. He loud as fucking obnoxious. So, okay, jumping to later on that day, you see everybody, almost everybody, gathered around Big Jukeco, and he doing gambling card games. And he's taking their money. He doing little card tricks and taking their money. I think you call it 3-card money. He doing that game. He doing other things, making all the aces appear on top of the deck. He's doing everything for these games was even known. This way back in 2000. And every now and then you'll see Big Jukeco go up to his brother and get some and ask him for some money and get some money, and he'll give it to him. As he win it, his brother come in to get money from him to go purchase drugs from Queen Sugar. So Medium Jukeco started taking everybody's money until him and third boy, Cass. Now, third is not even in the tier at this time. Cass and Medium Jukeco gets into it. And immediately, Lil Jukeco comes running up with Monroe and them behind him, and he protects his brother. Now, Lil Jukeco and Cass swearing up to fight. And I mean Lil Jukeco, Cass swinging at all Lil Jukeco, and Lil Jukeco dodging it, pop, 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 busting Cass up. Now, Lil Jukeco beat the shit out of Cass. It wasn't even no competition. Now he got another one under his belt. Now they really on Lil Jukeco dick. That boy got them hands. That boy just pop, pop, pop. He brainwashed that boy. This Monroe and Broomfield Huckabuck saying this about Lil Jukeco, how he did Cass. I mean, Cass' eyes is fucking damn near closed. So now everybody done got the picture. The Jukeco boys ain't to be fucked with. Cause Lil Jukeco done made a name for the Jukeco boys as soon as they got up in here. Okay, so we gonna fast forward to the next work day. Sleep late, lose weight. We all go to chow. We all go to our jobs. Now, at this time, Roderick didn't hit his mark. Now he's on workforce, and they made Roderick a floater. So now we got some leverage and some more connections in the prison, because Roderick gets to roam around different sides of the prison. So immediately, not even a good hour into the day, not 1 day later, 2 days later, immediately Roderick comes running to carpool. Man, them bitches trying to crowd me, talking about Monroe and Meathead. Cause Robbie ain't making no noise. Now he they property, and he's sore about what done happened to him, so he really don't give two fucks about them no more. He just ain't gonna cross them. We immediately gets with Roderick and go looking for Meathead, Robbie, and Monroe. And when we spots them, they near the commons area, so we chase their ass until we damn near chase them into a guard. And we turns the fuck around and head back to carpool. So now we gotta think of a plan to keep Roderick safe, cause he's doing the same job they doing. Although it's a good thing he's doing his job, it's still dangerous because he working with them. They don't have to be together, but they do the same job, so they gonna run into each other. Now, as we heading back to carpool, Roger gotta stop in his tracks and head the other way, because we see Sergeant Larry coming with Mike. And Mike is a funny dude. He'll make you bust your stomach open laughing. Everybody like him. All he do is joke and tell jokes and laugh. He's a good dude. And he's walking with Sergeant Larry to the shop. So we all just head back and carpool and wait till they go inside the room. Now, once they get in the room and get in shop, we crease back up to the door And we hear Sergeant Larry, now, yeah, what's your first name? Michael. What's your last name? Tennard. Michael Tennard. You know, Mike talking to him. Mike even tries to throw in some jokes with Sergeant Larry, but that don't move him at all. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I say Michael Tennant's whole name. Because Michael Tennant is now deceased. And me and his brother are best friends. And his brother told me to tell the story as it happened. And that's what I'm going to do. Now we listen and we hear Sergeant Larry tell Mike, hey, push that bench in front of that door. Now Mike ain't no stupid fool. Mike like, what you want me? Just push the fucking bench in front of the door. It's a CO. Mike pushes the bench in front of the door. And then we hear Sergeant Larry tell Mike to take his fucking pants off. Now Mike goes into this bit saying, I ain't got nothing on me, Sarge. I don't be in no illegal activity. I ain't got no contraband, nothing like that, Sarge. So take your fucking pants off. It's a CO. Mike thinking he wants to search him. So evidently, Mike takes his pants off and Sergeant Larry says, bend over. So Mike bends over, but he goes into the bend over and SWAT position, apparently, because you hear him cough. And Sergeant Larry says, not like that, bend the fuck over. Now Mike is puzzled. Now you can tell that he bent over because the next thing you hear is Sergeant Larry unbuckling his fucking belt. And you know those prison belts, they're fucking loud. And now Mike is like, Sarge, what you doing, Sarge? Sarge, what you doing? Bow! And Sergeant Larry says, whatever the fuck I'm about to do, you about to let me fucking do it. And then you hear Sergeant Larry and Mike tussling for a minute. And then bow! 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 Now keep in mind, I'm doing the best I can, but this is way more dramatical than this. And then we hear my dog, after he couldn't take no more of Sergeant Larry's beatings, he bends over. Bow! Shut the fuck up! Now, although I'm being a little bit extra right now, because this shit here hitting different. Because like I say, everybody like Mike. Now we all mad as a motherfucker. And we head back to carpool in detail. We just talking about it. We mad. At this point, we want to kill Sergeant Larry. Because you done just took a good-hearted dude, a good-natured dude, and turned him into something else. Not mention all the countless other guys that you done did this to. But now it really hits close to home because we really, really like Mike. And we know Mike will never be the same. And he never was. So we work and we discuss this shit. We work and we discuss this shit until the workday is over. And then the guards come get us and take us back to the tier. And when we get to the tier, they let us in and they locks us the fuck back in. But immediately upon getting in the tier, we notice a lot of fucking things are different. A lot of different moods, a lot of different people sectioned off. And when that happened, something big hadn't occurred. So immediately I go runs to Baby Charles because I know he know. So Baby Charles get to telling me, yeah, man, Cass went and caught Lil Jukeco playing checkers and stuck Jukeco, and then Monroe and them ran out there and started stomping him, and they jugged Cass up and sent Cass out of here. They had then jugged this man up. Now Lil Jukeco, you could see him standing over there with Monroe and them. They laughing and talking, and he doing all kind of little stupid ass gestures and shit. Now he really feeling like these niggas got his back. So after I finish talking to Baby Charles, I go gather up the whole crew, because like I said, at this time we all moving as one. And we all go gather up our shit, go take our shower, and we come back out and we hang out for a minute. You know, everybody do the things they do every day, just hanging around, playing little different games. And you see Medium Jukeco boy over there doing the same little gambling game. And he's still collecting money, And you see Big Jukeco, he's sitting right by his brother on the bench, and he dick diving. He's so far gone on that H now, and he ain't been in the fucking prison a good 2-3 days. And he's gone off that H. Now, this was shit takes a turn and get crazy at. So while he out there gambling, you see Jukeco and EP10 come walking up to Medium Jukeco and start questioning him about stealing some shit out they sale. Now, at this time, Lil Jukeco trying to make his way over there to his brother, and then Monroe and them stops him. And you can see, like, they tell him, man, there's some shit you don't want to get involved with. But you can see Lil Jukeco wants to go over there anyway. So he finally breaks free from Monroe and them, and he goes over there, and him and EP10 start having words. So in the midst of that words, he swings at EP10. And EP10 is a much better fighter than him, moves out the way and sticks him. Bow, bow, bow. But Lil Jukeco don't gives up. He start getting with EP10. And Jukeco sticks him from the back. Bow! And EP10 and Jukeco stomps the fuck out of Lil Jukeco. While one of the brothers over there dick diving and the other brother watching his brother who came to take up for him get his ass stomped for some shit Medium Jukeco did. Now, they don't stop stomping this little dude until he sleep. And after they stomp him, they turn back around to Medium Jukeco and they stick him. Bow, bow, bow. They gets on him and they beat his motherfucking ass. He'd have did better helping his brother. Because after they stomp your brother out, they came back and beat your ass. And they beat his ass till they couldn't beat his ass no more. Now, both of your little brothers then got their ass beat into submission. And you over here on drugs, dick diving. To the point they didn't even pay you no attention. And at the end, they went back and kicked Lil Jukeco in the motherfucking mouth. Hard as a motherfucker till I'm talking about his whole head jacked back. And you want to know what's so fucked up about this whole situation? That your dog and them supposed to be homies, Monroe and Broomfield, Huckabuck, Robbie, Bowinkle, Rocky, they let you got your ass beat. I give them this, that they told you you ain't want none of that situation. Because your brother had to fuck with prison politics. And he violated the policies. But that is his brother. And y'all claim to be his boss, and y'all let him got his ass stomped. They had them went in Medium Jukeco pocket and took all his money. They had them beat him, robbed him, and left them there to fend for themselves. And Monroe and Broomfield and them watched all this. But these boys ain't no hoes. These boys been in trouble their whole life. These boys been in the foster system their whole life. So they want their get back. Sleep late, lose weight. We all go to child. We all go to workforce. So that whole damn workforce, we kind of reeling over Mike and talking about what happened to Mike, you know, because we all still fucked up behind this. Like I said, this was something big that happened. You know, so we all back on that shit. Let's go see if Sergeant Larry in the shop. So as we make it halfway to the shop, we comes around and see the common area. We see Roderick getting beat by Meathead and Monroe, and Roderick is soaking wet. Like they had to threw hot water all over him and was beating him with the mop. Now at this time, they must have been wailing on him for a minute because Roderick is bust the fuck up. So soon as they spots us, they takes off and run the other way. But we can't catch him. So we all come back to check on Roderick. And when I say Roderick is bust up, Roderick got knots everywhere. Now, Roderick saying he okay, you know, but it's too late. We see Captain Jackson come around the curve, and Captain Jackson comes, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened right here? Because he thinking we did this to him. But we like, and Roderick like, man, I don't know what happened, man. Somebody hit me from the back and just continued to beat me. So they end up taking Roderick to get checked out in the infirmary. Now, we don't know how long they gonna have Roderick out in the infirmary, and we don't need to lose no soldiers right now. Cause shit getting real fucking heated in the prison at this time. Okay, so I'm gonna come right back at y'all with another episode, but what I need is everybody that emailed me about being a moderator, I need you to comment moderator down here so I can know your YouTube name, because they'll sometimes be different than your email. You know what I'm saying? So we can get that organized so we can get these lives on and popping.